Maybe before that, could you first of all maybe explain who you are and a little bit, very, very briefly, about your organisation and what you do?
Okay. I'm Mohammad Zia-ur-Rehman and I work with Awaz. I'm actually founder and chief executive of Awaz. Awaz was founded in 1995 in Multan. Multan is the southern part of Punjab. And major focus of Awaz is voicing for the rights of people related to the socio-economic development and political empowerment. Particularly, we are very much engaged with the women economic empowerment, political rights, and the youth. Much of our programs are addressing the issues related to the women and youth in southern Punjab. And we are leading GCAP and post-2015 development consultations in Pakistan. Awaz is having a special consultative status with United Nations. So we are actually linking the local voices with the regional and global one through our interventions.
Excellent, thanks. And what would you say, obviously there are many, but what would you say are the biggest development challenges in Pakistan?
In fact, if you ask me very frankly, I think governance is one of the biggest challenge today in Pakistan, and in governance in every sector.
Yep.
It's not only in the public sector but also other sectors, even in the development sector. I must say that the governance is the basic challenge, and that we see we need to adopt better governance policies and practices because of so many reasons. In fact, we have the non-visionary leadership at every place is quite unfortunate, and then subservient bureaucracy who actually do not care about the policies and laws and procedures. They follow his master's voice, which is, I think, unethical, and it's not good at the end of the people. And somehow I must say that the common masses in Pakistan are very resilient. You see that lots of challenges that we have seen during the last 5-10 years. From earthquake to heavy floods in Pakistan, and these war against terrorism, and this whole extremism in Pakistan, but still the people are very hopeful and resilient. My thinking is that we need better governance.
You were talking about government spending. Could you kind of say a little bit about the percentages of government spending and how little is left for kind of social aspects?
That actually comes for the governance, you know.
Yeah.
If we spend like more than 45%, 47% in defense and 42% for this debt servicing, it shows that we don't have any, capacity to utilize better funding, and then it's only 13% left, and that 13% more than 10%, 11% goes for the administrations, for the salary of the government functionaries, 3% for the overall social protection, social services. So, and then lots of underspending. Only in education we have observed that more than 56% is underspending. Every year we do a lot of cuts in the annual development programs. Very recently the government has introduced 16% cut, and towards the end of the year we will see that it's almost 40-45% cuts in the annual development funds that we usually allocate for the masses. So whatsoever, in fact, it's bad fund management, the policies that we follow. Nobody asks why we have been actually getting lots of debts, lots of loans from the World Bank and IMF for in the name of people, but the spending is being done somewhere else. This is quite unfortunate. So this all comes under the governance. So that's why I'm saying that this governance is a big challenge today.
Okay, thanks. And you've done a lot of work on women's rights in Pakistan. What do you think the key things and the key tools for fighting for gender equality worldwide are, and what lessons do you think we could learn from Pakistan?
In fact, Pakistan is the only country who gave the first prime minister, woman prime minister. We must be proud of that. We are the only country where 17% women are present in. But again, this is quite unfortunate that women rights are being undermined by several policies in Pakistan. These, like for example, we do have this anti-sexual harassment law at workplace, but the implementation of this law is a big challenge. Even for those women who actually helped us passing this law, who are sitting in the parliament, they are facing lots of sexual harassment in the parliament. So the implementation level is not that much encouraging. So lots of challenges. Early age marriages is one of the major issues. Domestic violence, then the domestic workers' rights. All these are women who are doing domestic work everywhere in Pakistan. So I think lots of challenges we have been facing. Almost the national human rights organizations, including Awaz, we are gathering all these database, and we see that almost 12,000, 16,000, 20,000 figure is raising everywhere related to the violence against women, and this violence is because of the influence of religion on our policies. This is quite unfortunate. Somehow the interpretation is not being done as religion. None of the religion promotes violence. I believe that. But the way we do the interpretation, it creates lots of gender disparities, discrimination. The curriculum, our curriculum promotes lots of gender disparities and discriminations. We need to amend that. We need to get out of that influence of in the name of religion, caste and creed and all these things.
Thanks. Now, could you tell us a little bit about how you have been involved so far in the post-2015 process, and also how do you think that Leave No One Behind might work?
Yeah, in fact, Awaz has been leading this post-2015 development consultations in Pakistan, and we did almost 62 different community-level consultations, starting from the tehsils and districts, and at national level we did the provincial dialogues with the governments. We involved the national level civil society in all these dialogues, small community level organizations, teachers associations, farmers, people with disabilities, elderly people, minorities, like people from all across the country were involved. And then we came up with the recommendations. Most of their recommendations were related to the basic social services, health rights, health education, education, girls' education, water and sanitation, peace and human security, energy crisis. So those were the recommendations. Awaz is also leading these post-2015 consultations across South Asia. So we are providing common platform to all these national organizations who are actually doing these consultations in those countries. So we came up with couple of recommendations at regional level that are mostly addressing, mostly they are actually encouraging us to talk about peace and human security in region, the climate change issues in the region, food security issues, the issues which are related to the gender, because in India, in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, these are the issues which need to be addressed. And then the discriminations in the name of caste. India is a major country where we have this level of discrimination. In Pakistan, we may have these socially excluded groups, Ahmadis, even in Islam, there are so many socially excluded groups and that need to be included in the mainstream development agenda. So the post 2015 in fact is recommending to address those issues.
Okay, thanks very much.
Yeah.
And then lastly, what do you think that kind of Western NGOs, civil society and donors should be doing better to support work that's been done in Pakistan and also other countries who are facing some of the same issues that you face in Pakistan?
I think I must appreciate the international organizations in the Western countries for supporting people living under poverty and facing lots of issues in South Asia, particularly in Pakistan. What I would suggest is that they actually support the civil society organizations directly rather than engaging with the international fund managers, because it will reduce the cost, and the funds and the aid will directly reach up to the people. We need to strengthen the local civil society organizations. There are several laws which are being introduced in these countries. I think the international communities should also support the local civil society organizations to have better legal conditions of working with people. Like, for example, in my country, those organizations who are actually directly providing social services, they are very comfortable. But those who are addressing real issues, rights-based agenda, they are facing lots of problems. So the international community should support the local civil society who are engaged with the rights-based agenda.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think those are the main things that I had. If there was anything else that you wanted to say to our audience, then feel free.
I think, again, I would appreciate the support being given to the people, and of course I would suggest that the support should be based upon the needs of the people, and we need to engage the local development organizations, the networks, and since we have been observing that new laws are coming, so we are very happy with those laws which raises the accountability and transparency, but we are not very happy with the laws which are actually imposing restrictions on the civil society to voice for the people. So that need to be, I think, addressed. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you.